Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Dylan Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what I wanted to do is I want to talk about the Cleveland Browns. They've announced that they're going to be going forward with their new stadium. They've already released kind of like the plans, the 3D images of what their stadium and the whole area is going to look like. Now, it's going to be in Brook Park. It's not going to be in downtown Cleveland like it's been on Lake Erie, right there on the lakefront. They're going to be actually going to Brook Park, which is a little bit different. So what I kind of wanted to do in today's video is a couple of things. I wanted to discuss the actual video that the Cleveland Browns put out on their YouTube channel. Kind of watch the video, not watch, but we're going to kind of skip through it. To kind of look at the images, get my opinion on it. I've seen some of the images already, so I'm not gonna be like reacting, first time reaction. I'm gonna be kind of just giving my like opinions on what I think about it. And then I do have a website, a whole article kind of that describes every single bit of what they're doing with the layout. Apparently there's gonna be like hotels, shops. They're gonna have like different electronics to kind of working with the stadium. There's a whole lot to get into, so without further ado, I'm gonna stop rambling and I'm gonna get straight into this. So if you're going to enjoy, as always, make sure you're gonna drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, as you can see here, we have the video for the whole, like it says, Cleveland Browns Dome Stadium Vision. Like I said, it's going to be a dome. People were talking about, is it going to be a dome, not a dome? They went with a dome. I'm not going to be watching the entire thing, but I do want to kind of go through and just kind of look and show you guys. This is kind of their vision of the way it's going to look. As we know, it's been with Cleveland for all this time, but now they're going to be changing it up. Now we are going to this. It's beautiful. Like I said, with Brook Park, I believe it's like 15 to 20 acres of land, so they have a lot of space to work with. Everybody talked about with, well, they can put the stadium out there, but what's going to be out there? Are they going to have parking? As we see, plenty of parking to the eyes can see around. They're going to have a whole bunch of hotels, shops, so it's going to bring money in to help them make money back to pay for the stadium. And as it kind of goes on, like I'll kind of start and stop as we go, but the electronics, and just look at the screen on the stadium. Look at the way everything looks. To walk into the stadium, like, if you're telling me this right here is how you're going to walk to the stadium, chef's kiss. Like, I don't know about y'all, but this is exactly what we want. I don't know how else to say it. This is beautiful. Just the way, like, you telling me that isn't going to be awesome? Imagine whenever we get put on Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, whatever, and they're showing the opening camera shot, and they're showing this. Like, that is going to be fucking awesome. I mean, like, you can see the hotels in the background. Like I said, parking to the eyes can see. I'm sure they're going to have some of it sectioned off to where it's like players, coaches, other teams, like the buses for like the away team and everything. Whenever it comes to like the home team, all the coaches, the team personnel, staff, they're going to have like their own spot for parking, maybe like here on the backside. And then everybody else, fans wise, can park like everywhere else, wherever they want to. And then whenever it comes to teams needing to come to, I guess, like stay here in town, and they want to come watch the Browns play, like I said, hotels, everything there, shops, restaurants, you can come and chill right here at the whole entire area. The parking, like I said, is my favorite thing, but the stadium, we're going to get into the stadium here in a second, and it just looks awesome. I like the way they didn't do just like a weird looking dome. They went more modern, like the architecture is awesome, has like a cool design to it. From what I can see, the stadium is fucking huge. Like I said, parking lots, it's going to be awesome. Maybe this could be like our new Mooney lot, maybe. For all we know, maybe they can do like tailgating right here in the front. This would be freaking awesome if it was like that. But as I said, let's move on. Let's get into the stadium. And you can see, that is like mind-blowing. I like the idea of putting the numbers, like the retired numbers for all the retired Cleveland Browns up there on the top. They can probably go like the whole entire way down as time goes on if we get more numbers retired. I like the way how the seating is all set up, the suites all the way around. Even if you're up on the very top, it doesn't feel like you're super high up. Something tells me this roof is going to be a little bit trippy, because imagine like you're playing in a game where like it's storming outside and there's like thunder and lightning in there. A lot of times they want to say like, oh, we got to cancel the game, kind of like with SoFi Stadium in LA. Theirs has like an opening, so if there's lightning in the area, they can't continue the game, even though there's a roof. With this, it's going to be a little bit trippy, because you might see like thunder and lightning going on up there, a whole bunch of rain coming down this roof, but we're going to keep playing the game. I don't know, that's just my kind of input, but you can see we can now host events. The World Cup with MLS soccer games, and the World Cup with soccer, they can come and play games in Cleveland in Brook Park. March Madness Final Four can come and play games in our stadium. We can host different shows. Esports can come to our stadium if we want to. People are going to be like, oh, who fucking cares about esports? I care about esports. It's awesome. We can have esports tournaments. Moving on, you got concerts. Taylor Swift could possibly come to Brook Park, Cleveland, and have her concerts. WrestleMania could come to Cleveland. Like, I'm going to let this play out just as I talk, but people need to understand, this is going to bring in money for the Browns and for the city of Cleveland and for Brook Park. It's going to bring in money, because a lot of people, they want to be like, no, don't, I hate it. This is going to bring in people to come visit, come look, come interact. And like I said, concerts from musicians, artists, from WWE events, to everything in between, college basketball national championships. They will come to the stadium and they will be able to have fun. They'll bring their money to us and it'll help bring money to everybody else. Now, like I said, whenever it comes to all the info for Brown Stadium, as I said, $3.6 billion, that's what they're paying. So it is a lot. But from what they're saying, it's not that bad of an investment because, like I said, they're going to make their money back tenfold probably. Now, as it says here, cost of the new dome stadium and its provision of about 20,000 parking spots and almost entirely in surface lots is estimated about $2.2 billion. Half of that will be privately funded and create new tax revenues that will fund the other half. Much of that funding of for the stadium will come from bonds serviced by new stadium related revenues in city, county, and state taxes generated by stadium activities and employment. Another $1.4 billion in private stadium area development is planned though. Now, as it says here, besides the stadium, a large chunk of land would be available for other development. Another 15 to 20 acres will be for the stadium itself and plazas outside of it for staging crowds. That leaves 15 to 20 acres for future development. Patriot Place at Gillette Stadium, as we know with the Patriots, in Foxborough, Massachusetts, for example, measures 18 acres. In the interim, a portion of the land outside of Brook Park Stadium will be used for parking lots, but could be developed for with parking garages to open up land for more hotels, restaurants, shops, healthcare facilities, and multifamily housing. So it's not like with the Haslam's, they're just trying to say, put stadiums smack dab in the middle and parking spots everywhere else, and that's all we want. No, they're saying we're willing to take a little bit of money away from the stadium to help out the surrounding area. As it says, they're going to put in, like I said, hotels, restaurants, shops. So maybe like your small little mom and pop shops, or maybe even like some of the big time shops, the corporate chains, whether it be restaurants or hotels, they can come in, they can put their shops and their hotels there whenever they're built there in Brook Park, and they can take ownership of whatever land they want. Now, I do want to say this, and I'm going to say it again because I feel like I've been saying it already in this video, and I've said it multiple times in the past. It's a great thing there's a dome. People are going to get butthurt, and they're going to wish we didn't have a dome because, we love playing on Lake Erie, blah, blah, blah. Do you really enjoy going to the games and freezing your fucking ass off? Like, be honest. Do you actually enjoy going to a football game and it being 0 degrees? No. Now, I will agree. Sometimes it's nice to go to a game and when it's like in the 40s and the 50s and you can put a jacket on, it's a little chilly, but that's football weather. Would it have been nice if this roof were maybe like a retractable roof? That would have been awesome because then, like I said, I've said it before in another video. If it's raining or snowing or, like I said, thunder and lightning or any serious weather, close the roof. Let's make this just a casual event. But if it's just like some cold weather, you know, like I said, like 30, 40 degrees, 50 degrees, and maybe as we get to December, if it's still like 20 degrees, something that we can kind of deal with, I would say leave the roof open. Let's have fun. It's football, for God's sakes. But I'm going to be honest. With this stadium, the Haslams did a good job. Round of applause for the Haslams. Now, I'm going to wrap it up by saying this last few things. Like I said, number one, my final opinion, dome, I love it. I think it's awesome. Retractable would have been better, but I think we all can agree a dome was needed. Number two, moving to Brook Park, that's a little tough. If they could have somehow made this in Cleveland, I would have been like all for it. But obviously, it would have been so much longer to actually do it. It would have been so much more work. I think the Haslams realized we have this pot of land out here in Brook Park. We can buy it right now. Let's just go ahead and let's get this going. So the right plan to go to Brook Park, I like that as well. And then number three, I'm hoping that this stadium actually looks and it feels and is as amazing as what we're seeing in these pictures. Because when the day comes that this thing is built, I'm gonna be honest, if it don't look as awesome as these pictures and these videos are making it look, we're gonna be a little bit disappointed. And my last little thing I want to kind of ask is, when does this stadium need to be built? Because they're saying right now, what, 2027, 2028? Doesn't the stadium, well, originally First Energy Stadium, now Cleveland Browns Stadium, doesn't the lease with the whole city, I've read online, that it's supposed to be like a year before the stadium is actually going to be built? So what happens in that event? If they don't get the stadium built in time, where do the Browns play? I might be just talking crazy, but like I said, I read that online somewhere, and I just have to ask a question. Are they going to have the stadium built in time? Because if they don't, we're going to be asking the question, where do they play? But if they do get it built in time, that's okay. We'll leave the old stadium, and it's just going to kind of come down to the city, the mayor of Cleveland, to do whatever you want with the stadium. It's not our responsibility anymore. That's your stadium. But like I said, when it comes to the Haslams, round of applause. They're doing a great job right now. I love this new stadium, and I can't wait to see it in person. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully, you guys did go and enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy, as always, make sure you're going to drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have a different opinion, do you agree or disagree with anything I said? Do you like the new stadium? Hate the new stadium? Do you think they should have stayed on Lake Erie? Not stayed on Lake Erie? Whatever your opinion may be, leave a complete opinion down in the comment section down below. Be more welcome to talk about you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I do poster and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified the second I post. But without further ado, this has been Dylan Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.